the objectives of this project, for the most part, is to use the information, or actually the data, convert it into information, and use clinical pathways and guidelines for the ability to identify for customers patients who might be at risk for adverse event. So, what I mean by that is, let's take the 20 years of data that we have in the clearinghouse. Let's take the recent experience we have in managing cases around biopsychosocial issues and things of that nature. And how do we take the patterns that we've learned and seen in the most recent cases and apply it backwards to the data? That way we create a prospective ability to look at those patterns, identify those patterns, and kind of raise a flag when a patient's taking a wrong turn. So I think, the opportunity here really is to have an end-to-end solution where right from claim submission and claims data, we're working towards identifying an injured worker or a claimant that's taking a wrong turn and making sure that we have a mechanism to intervene, or at least raise the flag to make sure that everybody's aware that this patient's in the wrong direction. And I think, Alana, we have to take, the clinical stuff that you're doing with your department and really see if we can't leverage it to improve the outcome.
Absolutely. I think our objective is really to identify which specific psychosocial factors lead to delayed recovery in these cases, and that can be utilized by both payers and providers. And the goal is to prevent these cases from going down that wrong path and leading to delayed recovery. And to me, I just think about all the cases that we see on a daily basis in our workers' compensation business unit. We frequently encounter musculoskeletal cases that are experiencing delayed recovery. For example, looking at a lumbar disc herniation that should be healed in 6 months, you can be 5 years out and this patient is still in chronic pain, they're using opioid pain relievers, and they have a substance use disorder as a result. And so we really want to prevent that situation from happening.
Yeah.
And Joe, you touched on it with data versus information, and really to me the overall objective of this project is to convert the data into information by applying some of the newer trends in information technology like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and natural language processing.
Yeah, no, I think the opportunity, it's interesting, but every idea has its time, and I think the clearinghouse historically has been an administrative tool for our customers, providers, and payers. But really, it really can be an engine that helps drive their approach to their claimants, and they can identify who's on a great path, and this person's going to recover, and everything looks great. And over here, there's a bunch of people hitting a pattern that they need to pay attention to. And what's interesting, I think, as we've talked to our customers about the types of cases and claims that they're managing, they all seem to come with us and tell us stories about that lumbar spine or carpal tunnel syndrome that has now resulted in something else, typically substance use disorder or some underlying behavioral issue that has this person in delayed recovery. So, how do we avoid delayed recovery? We get to it sooner, and I think that's what we're going for.